guys, welcome to our very first episode of the Hey Girl Show. Tonight I'm with Tatenda and Faith, and they look so beautiful and they're little cute dresses. Anyway, so tonight we have a very exciting topic. Exciting because we're already talking about very interesting perspectives before the cameras were rolling. So we're talking date rape, or it's also known as acquaintance rape. So guys, have you ever heard about date rape? Tatenda, you first.
Yes, I have. I've heard about it before. Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, what is it then?
It's when it, I'm avoiding to use the word rape, but it's rape that's been initiated by a spouse or someone that you're intimate with.
Okay,
I'll try and break it down in simple terms. Forced sex with a partner, I think. It's forced, you didn't want, and it happened. Date rape, yeah.
how does it really happen? Because there's so many things. You guys are just breaching the surface, but there's so many, especially in a culture like the Zimbabwean culture, or maybe it's a lot of common African cultures that sort of emphasize on this whole thing. Chekuti, growing up, boys would be told, ah, hapana musikana anotanga kubvuma the first time. Then Zvadanzgo, it always leads into this whole thing, a scenario where most people, most women or most girls say their first sexual encounter was rape.
Was
Do
rape,
we
yeah.
agree? So your first sexual encounter was rape, or you've had,
No,
or you didn't know?
I've heard Kuti, most girls face sexual encounter in get forced because probably I know
Huh.
and they were under the impression we're going to Netflix and chill in the strictest sense. They go in Nama movie and having popcorn, and then 5 minutes into the movie, the guy's hands are on your thighs, and they're literally all over you. They're kissing you. They're telling you, "I know you enjoy it, Kani. Stop fighting, Kani. Then before you know it, you don't want to fight anymore. And then it happens."
Okay, before we go to Faith, well, okay, you said you've never had sex. So does it mean that you've never experienced coercion before?
No, I have.
Okay.
I have, obviously. I have. There are gentlemen who still feel kuti. If someone says no, you have to persuade them.
It means yes,
Yeah.
or it shall mean yes
Exactly. They
eventually.
need to be persuaded. They need to be kissed more. They need to be touched more until they like
Could
it.
raise
And
the
then
temperatures.
Exactly. Until to a point where you're saying dokumbira ontiwe. That's how most boys think.
Wow.
Okay.
If I convince you, you'll get to a point where you're alright, chill yakwacho.
Fine.
Chita kwacho.
Stop it, I like it.
Exactly.
You guys. Okay, Faith. Okay, you don't have to answer to whether you. But
I already had an answer for you
Oh,
there,
okay.
but anyway, go on with your
Continue.
question.
Continue.
on
okay,
with your
have you
question.
experienced, or has someone close to you ever disclosed that they've experienced date rape, or yeah?
About experiencing, let's not talk about me.
Okay.
Let's talk about everybody.
Okay.
So we're having this conversation at work the other day, and like the guys in my office, what are you talking about? There's no way you can have sex with a girl. And she says, cool, just like that. There has to be some touching and maybe a little no there, and a little please, another no, then more touch, and eventually she gives in, and we're having sex. So there's nothing like date rape. So to them, they do not think that sex comes easy.
On a silver platter.
It doesn't come easy. The same applies to maybe the scenario you're talking about of people who, or the first time you have sex when you break your virginity. A lot of girls never planned. It's a few that I know who actually planned, Kuti, I'm going to pop it. It's a few. Most of them, zvakangoitika wakatanga ngobatwa, and in your head you're telling yourself, no, don't do it. No, Flo, it's not the right time. No, Flo, it's not the right time, but you can't say no. The next thing your clothes are off. Yes. You want to say no, but you still can't say no. And the next thing, it's done.
Oh my god.
And now because, people don't really talk about this date rape thing, some women actually think it's okay. Some women actually think that's how you actually have sex. So, you're laughing.
Okay, you see, the thing is, I think that's another thing. We laugh about this issue because to us it's not that we're trivializing it, but because society has sort of normalized this whole scenario where if you're in a relationship with someone, then they can't have raped you. There's so many angles to it. We can even one day talk about marital rape.
Yes.
Because people still don't believe those things happen. There was a story that was posted on the Zeterapi page a few, I think, weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they were talking about this girl. She's 18, so she was dating somebody. And then he said to her, I'm taking you to my parents' home to introduce you to my parents. And then they ended up going to some lodge. She gets there. Maybe it was an Airbnb, we don't know. And then he proceeded to have sex with her there. So people were now saying, wow, is that really rape? Is that abuse? Because the police said we urge women or young girls to be aware, and also we call upon men not to abuse women. And then people were like, the comments, vanhu vakatotsotana, or munhu akatsotswa zvakeyo, and you're now saying abuse. Where's the abuse?
Yeah.
What do you think? I want to hear your comments in terms of that. What do you think?
I think, this all goes back to society, yedu yekudara, or just how men feel entitled to women's bodies.
Yeah.
The same conversation I was having with the guys at work, Vaitoti, they were saying, why would you come to my place? If I ask you to come to my place, you better be guaranteed we're having sex. It better be in your head, we are supposed to do it. Yes. I'm thinking, no, but Sha, coming to your place, doesn't always mean I want to have sex. Even if we are dating, it's not every day and all the time that I want to hit. So, or be hit. And you're supposed to respect that.
Yeah.
But now men feel so entitled to your body. He buys you something, he takes you out for lunch, he takes you out for drinks, he flies you to SA, whatever it is that he has done. If he has done something, put in some energy, put in some money into it, you are supposed to spread your legs for him.
What? Okay, you
That's
bring
the
in.
reality,
To be honest,
It's very true. But anyway.
But
Tatenda.
Let me address the first PTA that post. I saw it and I was so outraged because this is just an example of millions of other cases that either end up in marriages. For instance, there's someone that I know, they were supposed to go with their boyfriend somewhere and then they ended up having sex for the first time. And because, what we're told about virginity, if you're not a virgin, you're not a hope woman, doni. So she ended up forcing herself to go and elope with that guy. So you see,
because he had broken her
exactly.
virginity.
So this is date rape, which then ended up marriage. But it's wrong, and it's a lot of these cases that happen. Ukuthi munhu forces himself on someone, and then now mangwana ufuma in Zambia or try because you can't go back home. And then I remember Nishto post and personally, I think sex on false pretense is rape. Don't make me assume or think we're going to be doing A, B, C, D, E, and then what's the time I saw the
she had a good time. But I'm thinking, but you coerced this girl to sleep with you. emotional blackmail.
Exactly.
You made her feel guilty, and you made her feel she has to give it to you. And I was explaining, Kuti, you know, it's sex. Probably, yeah, one can actually come during that act. But if I wake up feeling like shit the following morning, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You should see that something. I should wake up feeling good after that, and not feeling like crap.
Exactly. And I think that's what most men don't understand. Kuti,
It's emotional.
once at any point, I feel like on either part, I think it goes both ways, males or females. Once the other party feels like, let's just not.
Let's just not.
Unoendera kujeri zvisinabasa. Hata kuti kurudu zvisinabasa.
But now they also feel like reporting cases like this, it doesn't hold water. Hands unosvika uchiti chi.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys are talking, a lot of things are running through my mind. Like, number one, I think it's a question that we have to sort of pose. There's this conditioning that men also have been told, that I said earlier on, that no woman says yes the first time. So just to clarify a few things, even for our viewers watching this, would you, as even with what you know now, or how many women in your network would you say they are very empowered and sexually empowered? Because it's very important. This whole conversation bridges into issues to do with sexual health, your sexuality. Are you able to say, if a man or your boyfriend, somebody you're dating, or your first date, say, definitely, someone says, I want to have sex, and you say, definitely, I also want to have sex?
That's what I was saying. Kuti, in relationships, it's after the first act that you actually call up someone and say, Kosha, where are you?
But why can't we as women say it the first time if we want to?
It's because we've been conditioned not to.
What's
Not
wrong
to.
with
I think
I cannot
saying-
ask for sex as a woman.
Why?
I've been taught you can't.
And I think it's also a cultural thing. Kuti.
Yeah.
Women are not even allowed to enjoy sex. The more you try to be experimental, kunotogarwa daro. Kuti nhasi zvaaita ina handinambobvira ndakazviona hatinambobvira takazvitata naive ndodzoti wakazviwana kupi. And it's
So I guess some of the issues that are coming out are that maybe we also need to address how we also bring up our girls or women to also understand that there's nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to your sexuality. If you want to have sex, it's okay. You are a human being. You're not a rock. You're not a robot. You're allowed to feel things. No, it's true, because once we start making it a conversation in Onyadzisira, when it comes to women, it becomes Onyadzisira to a point that the first time when it happens, tato violate. Then we go on and on in life. 50 years, you never enjoy sex because your very first
Some
time.
women do not know what an orgasm is.
You see, it's because the very first time it happened, you were so unsure, you were so confused, you didn't even know what was going on. But because now we have these conversations around a lot of things, a lot of women are opening up. Now you hear women saying, oh, I've never been married for 25 years. I don't even understand these things that you're talking about. When other women are talking about their sexual experiences. And then now you feel like you're missing out because, well, pazvakatangira pachona, it wasn't a pleasurable experience. And then taking it back, because obviously, nyaya the date rape, there was a point
like
that
we're actually getting into another topic.
no, but just a taboo. I'm just thinking. Do you know what? There are women who don't know their anatomy down there, like literally.
No, I think, like as you were talking, I was actually thinking, Kuti, I'm sure you've been to kitchen parties before, or just have heard or seen videos somewhere. I don't remember hearing or watching something where they are actually teaching the woman, Kuti, to enjoy yourself. You do this.
No.
It's always to please your man. You gotta do this and do that. Sit like this, whatever it is.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's always. I'm sorry. I speak with my hands, my legs, and everything.
it's okay. It's okay. okay. She's allowed to do that. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's the thing. Why are you apologizing, though? Why? Why?
So I was saying.
This is one uncomfortable
Hey, you
topic.
guys,
I can tell people are just literally on the edge of their seats right now. People are so uncomfortable.
That's the thing. You know what? I think it's another area that I'm really saying. Once we start, because these issues, especially if we're taking it back to issues to do with date rape, guys, we are talking about these simple little things that we often make such big issues when they're not supposed to. As Florida, I should be able to sit. If a guy says to me, you know what, I want to have sex with you, I should be able to say, yeah, that's how I also feel. Like, I want to also have sex with you. If I don't want, the same way I'm able to, so that there are no blurred lines. Because these issues where men, we can continue conversating and saying to guys, no, guys, if a no means no. But unless we as women are very convicted and saying, really, when I say no, I mean no. Because when I say yes, I really mean yes.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yeah, okay.
What happens now with the, but baby, please, baby, that, and the touching, and your body is responding? Because that's how other people are defending this date rape thing. Your body has responded, you have given up, and you actually come during the act.
Yeah.
How did I rape you?
Because the issue is consent.
Yeah.
The issue is consent. Anything that happens without consent, it doesn't matter whether the person then ended up responding in a way that you assume was positive or what. The fact is, before the act, what was the resolution? If the person did not say, proceeding to touch a person when they have said no is already a violation on its own. Why are you proceeding when you
So
have
we
been
should
told
start
no?
saying, stop it, I like it, doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. There is no blurred lines when it comes to consent. There is only a yes or a no. If it's a no or if it's a yes and you don't really understand, it's a no. Because yes is really well informed, like 100%. Yes, I want to do this. Yes, I'm
So
informed.
I guess women have to be taught, Kuti, if you really want to do it, don't act like you don't want to do it.
What are we saying?
That's the stop it, I like it, Ka.
Oh,
Because really,
okay.
women are going, well, men think now you're acting like you do not want to do it. You're playing
But you
hard to
want
get,
it.
but
You're
you want
touching
it.
him. You're like, no.
Yeah.
No,
Saka,
okay.
let's just
And then
be bold
women,
about
Nancy,
this.
they'll go on and say on social media, I was with this guy, Chichi, I was with him the whole night. I said no, but akatadzane kuproceed achinyengerera.
Don't get really confused. I know I've come across something like that. Yeah, Kuti, I just said no and then
So
come
now it looks like
one.
we're just confused
Please,
creatures.
if you're one of those people that do that, don't do it. Please don't do it. You are reinforcing rape culture. You are ruining it for a lot of people. It's not cute. It's not funny. It doesn't make you better. It's just outright wrong. No, because I think I have to point it out because it's those mixed messages that other women go around and say and act as if we are the confused ones when we say no. There are women who are really sure about what they mean, and when they say yes, they really mean yes, and when they say no, they really mean no. So there is.
Stop trying to play hard to get.
Thank you.
But just for argument's sake, sometimes I feel we as women were also a bit confused. I'm sorry, confused is the term. Because we tell our girls, a guy should do this for you, a guy should pay, mukenda on a date, a guy should buy, a guy should spend. We teach our girls to accept things from guys. And then we turn around and cry foul when guys start asking for pay. Because mukomana ane needs, I can't no gono tintipo. Mukomana no gono futi tintipo.
The other thing is also, when we're talking about accepting things, women have also been taught, Kuti, you can only give it up when he has done certain things for you.
Exactly.
So, you see now some men will go the extra mile and do all those things for you. thinking kutichi, I'm going to get it. And then you'll meet Faith, Count Florida, Luziwa kutichi, my rights again and understands day trip. And she'll say no after eating that fancy lunch and everything.
No, because I'm Brazilian mum, so.
No, but Tatenda, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Though I think we also need to address that point from a perspective that even in the court of law, the fact that someone ate your lunch does not stand for, then I ended up raping her. It doesn't, because it's not an exchange basis. You cannot, the fact is you'll be asked, did you proceed to have sex with this person without their consent? Because a person accepting your offers to buy them drinks, a person accepting your offer to invite them to a party or to your house where it's just the two of you, that does not in any way say
you know, there are women who are like, there are men all right, who are direct like that, who would say to you, Druguk tengera my chips, what am I getting in return? And then there are women who say, I'll pay in kind. And then cry for akunzi, Dipoka, my chips I kind alpha.
Okay, for Israel, they're going to pay in kind. That's another issue. But even still, what I'm going to... You know what? I'm not trying to be, you know what? I'm not trying to be politically correct. The truth is, you also have to teach these things to our men, because then these are the people that end up getting into jail and then they're saying, I was falsely accused, because they don't understand. I still emphasize consent. If there was no consent, guys, it doesn't matter whether you had agreed that we are going to say it, because I can withdraw consent, tato visana hembe, tato paku, like almost there, or even if it's just the tip, as they say, just the tip, and I withdraw. At that point, the consent should be withdrawn immediately and say, Tato Gumira Pano. And even Cherotanta procedure halfway or 2 minutes in, and I say, and you should accept that decision. I know it's difficult for people to understand, but is it possible? The truth is, maybe
consent
other variables and whatever. I'm just saying things as they are. The consent is. I was thinking about it in the morning, and okay, I promise you, Tatenda, that I'm gonna give you my phone, or I'm gonna give you a phone.
Yes.
And I'm very certain that I'm giving you this phone. Then,
it's okay, thanks.
Then, okay, so I want to, then, my brother calls me and then says, ndatobirwa phone yangu izvezvi apa, I was writing my exams, I really need something to use to go on the internet, or whatever the case may be. Then I say, Tatena, I'm sorry. I know we had agreed earlier that I was going to give you my phone, but I can't do it anymore. No withdraw. What is supposed to happen? Are you going to grab the phone? But Florida, you promised me that you were going to give me that phone. No, but Florida, we had agreed.
No, I can't take the phone anymore.
That's basically consent.
So I'm just thinking maybe we should also play, you know that consent video?
Yeah.
I think we should play it at the end of this episode so that everyone understands.
Yeah, and there's also an analogy on the $5 note. Yes. I think that's more interesting because it's more practical. Tea is not as very Zimbabwean thing, but that, because it just says like, if say you're in a taxi and then you ask someone for $5 and then they say, I don't have $5. Maybe you are seeing it hanging out of their bag. Do you go ahead and grab the $5 from their purse? No, you don't. If someone promises you $5 yesterday, then or they gave you $5 yesterday, do they still owe to give you $5 today? No. If somebody, you get the point.
I'm not taking anyone's $5.
I'm not taking anyone's phone.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's, I guess now you
but
also.
But I think it's also about the messages that we also instill in our boys as we're raising them.
And our girls.
Thank you. And the girls. That also then reinforce certain behaviors.
Yeah.
Certain people can't take a no for an answer. They'll force themselves, they will do whatever it takes so that things are done their way.
They should start. They should stop being taught kuti unonyengerera stonyeni kusvika waiwana.
Oh, but tokononyengerera nangoda unyengererwa, but not
No,
stonyeni,
I don't mean like kuti
Like
nasi
unonyengererwa,
wakumbira mangwana and the day after.
okay.
I mean like we're together right now. Either the touching and you get to the stop it I like it part. Stop it I like it doesn't exist.
It does not. Also, just rounding off, I think, guys, you've heard this is an ongoing conversation. It has a lot of things that we didn't even touch on, and I think maybe in just closing, what Tatenda really said is very important. We have to start a culture of teaching our children from a very young age about consent, and it starts from little things. If you teach your girl child that, or even just your boy child, because then they grow up to take up those things and they become their norms, their beliefs. This Christmas, we're getting into the festive season. You've got your family all around, and then your children are playing, or they tell you they don't want to go to a certain aunt's house, and you tell them, and sweets already you're teaching your child a culture that their no is not enough. They can be persuaded to say otherwise or convinced to say otherwise by things or material objects. So it becomes a thing that when they grow up, they will be convinced. This blesser culture we're always talking about, it becomes something that they always know. So the boy child learns that you can convince, and the girl child learns that they can be convinced. So let's just keep this conversation going. Let's teach our children about consent. Thank you so much.
Okay, so follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Channel.
Hey girl!